Hey, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And I have two topics that I want to talk about today. The first topic is around how we are being shown the worst of humanity right now, why that is, what you can do about it, and how to neutralize that so it does not affect your energy field and what you produce and create in this world. The second topic is around our abilities to manifest what it is we truly want and how our perceptions of whatever's going on in our bodies and our life has a lot to do with how that turns out. Whether you manifest more of what you don't want or you manifest more of what you do want and desire consciously. So let's talk about the first topic. So we are being shown the worst of humanity right now through the media, through the news, etc. This is not who we are. This is not what really is going on in the grander scheme of things. So if that's true, why is it that it's so seemingly obvious or out there that we're seeing the worst of the worst of people? Well, the main reason, and you may already know this, is because you get to see what the powers that be that control the media want you to see. Now, that being said, sometimes well-meaning light warriors and spiritual teachers sometimes do need to let people know what is really going on that may not be in the light. The difference between sharing knowledge versus what other people would call fear-mongering is the quality of energy that comes with the delivery of that awareness or knowledge. At the same time that the mainstream media is sharing with us a worst of humanity, people fighting with each other, people hurting each other, people wishing other people dead. There are more and more people that are standing up to protect others, including their own children, including their communities, to protect those they love, and saying, no, you're not going to do this anymore to our community, to my family, to my children, because not only is it not scientifically proven, it is wrong and it's morally wrong. Unfortunately, we don't always get to see those people because there is more power and manipulation when you only see the worst of humanity. Let me give you a concrete example. In the weekly chats that I have with members of the Sensitivity is Your Superpower group in the International Academy of Spiritually, sorry, boy, I'm in a lot of different things. The International Academy of Universal Self-Mastery, IASM. I usually call it IASM, so I don't normally have to say the whole thing. We were talking about how people were becoming aware that there were people who were pro jabby jabby that were literally on the media and the news saying that they really hope that the unjabby jabby people would just die. They're not going to get care in the hospital. There's going to be segregation. And if the hospital beds are full, then only the jabby jabby people are going to get attention and help and whatever. And they really don't care what the unjabby jabby people think because they're not going to get care if there's not enough beds, or that's what the thought was, right? And then on the other end of it, you actually and you actually hear not just hospital media people talking about this. There's some memes going around as well, where people are like, calling the unjabby jabby sheep and that they hope they die so they can get rid of them or things like that. Now, I don't really see this very much, but I know other people are, so I totally believe them that they're seeing these things. Now, on the other side, there's unjabby jabby people that whether they express it or not, they also feel similarly, right? So, they have lack of patience, totally get that one, lack of patience and annoyance, and they're just so tired of being told what to do that they also want to end it, right? And if that means that people that do get the jabby jabby die because of their so-called, bad decisions, so be it, and they don't care anymore. Okay, I'm not saying that they should or shouldn't care. I'm just saying that the same energy is there. In other words, there's a wish that maybe these people would die off, so it would leave the more conscious people alive, instead of all these unconscious people running the world, you know? And so, but both perceptions of that separation and wishing each other ill will or death or whatever, okay? And I understand, I can, you know, as an empath intuitive, like I can feel into both and understand and empathize and be compassionate to where they're coming from. But this is this is truly a manipulation. So if you've fallen even for a moment into either of these camps, I just want to let you know that it is a manipulation, and this is not really where all of humanity is going and has evolved to. You are seeing the worst of humanity because it's being promoted on the media for you to see it, if you are seeing it. I'm not seeing it as much personally, but anyway. But I know people are, right? So if you are, and you have a reaction to that, then what happens is the universe says, oh, you have a reaction to that? Oh, you must like it, even though you hate it, right? So if you hate, if you like, dislike, if you get impatient, angry, upset, whatever, that is emotional energy. And the emotional energy then helps to inform life and inform the universe what it is that you are paying attention to more and what you want more of, and you get more of that. And that probably isn't what you want more of, right? It isn't for me. So how you get out of this manipulation is that if you can see it happening, almost step aside, right? See it happening, go, ah, I know what you're doing. You're trying to rile me up. It's not gonna work. So if you can see it and step back from, even if you have a reaction for that moment, it's totally okay. You're human, right? You have that reaction. But then you can choose how you respond. You do not have to stay in reaction and gossip to other people about how horrible this is or how horrible that person is. And it's one thing to share information, right? But another thing to share those kinds of memes or those kinds of, separating, berating, shaming, judging, blaming, those kinds of things, right? There's a different energy. And if you use your sensitivity as a superpower, then you can actually feel the difference between a manipulation type of energy and one that is neutral. Even if you share so-called negative news to people, how you're sharing it and what energy you're sharing it with does get transferred or translated, even in text, although I know it's much more subtle, but people can feel it as well. So better to, even if you're noticing it, just step aside, go, yeah, I know what you're doing. It's not happening here, and move on, than necessarily, complaining about it or, sharing it or saying it shouldn't be like this or doing the opposite, equal and opposite force and reaction, which probably isn't what you really want to do, right? So I just want you to keep in mind that the negative stuff that you're seeing that seems to be the worst of humanity is only a snippet that has been expanded and virally shared to make it seem like it's big, but it's not. The grand majority of people. Now, you may know a few people who may ascribe to one or the other extreme, but the grand majority of people, like I said in previous videos, all want the same thing: peace, love, joy, and harmony for all. And the people that I hang out with, even if they're not knowledgeable like me in terms of medicine or holistic medicine or anything like that, they want well for everyone. So that is the grand majority, and just keep that in mind, because your perspective really changes how your future reality manifests and how you feel in that future reality. So you and I could have very similar future realities, but on my perception, it feels great, and in your perception, it feels awful. So it's interesting how the same thing, like for example, have you seen the one meme I do like going around is there's a bee, right? There's a bee, and then they have the cartoon of one person and then another person. One person, they see a bee and they go, in their mind, they think, honey, ooh, I love bees. Bees are amazing, right? Amazing creatures. Oh my gosh, if it wasn't for bees, we would not be alive. I'm so grateful for you, bee, right? And another person looking at the exact same bee at the exact same time goes, ah! Right? Oh my God, don't sting me. Oh my God, right? So same bee, same moment in time, two completely different perceptions, right? And you can imagine the difference in how they perceive the rest of their lives. I know they're cartoon characters on a meme, but it's a really great meme, right? And I used to be the one that's like, ah, right, when it came to insects and all that kind of stuff. Occasionally, I'm just gonna make you laugh here for a second. So before, National Geographic, right? Like my dad used to have these magazines and stuff like that, and beautiful pictures, right? So I'd be flipping through National Geographic, and all of a sudden there would be like a whole article on spiders or something, right? And not knowing what I was going to flip to, I'd flip to those pages and literally jump out of the chair and go ah and scream, right? Because there was like this big, huge spider right in front of me on this page. And so it's taken a little bit of training to not have that reaction and instead go into the place of beauty, nature, love, amazingness, right? So even when I look at, an expanded microscopic almost view of Drosophila or flies, right? And sometimes through movies, it makes you feel scared because they're like, oh, the movie where the guy turns into half a fly and blah, 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 right? Called The Fly, the movie. Yeah, it was scary for sure. But now I'm looking at the thing and immediately training myself to go, wow, look at this amazing sacred geometrical structure of the eyeball. What an amazing creature, right? Or even when we have a spider or earworms, I can't remember what they're called. We used to be deathly afraid of them, right? But now I can be like, hey, little guy, you don't belong in my bathroom, so we're just going to put you out here. There you go, right? And I can do that now, but I couldn't do that before. So it's like being peace within yourself. So that second topic, we're going right into that. And, what happens is life happens. And whatever happens to your body, if it's uncomfortable, there's an automatic habitual thing that us humans generally have, except for very few people, but most of us, we're trained into it. That if it's uncomfortable, that means it's bad. Okay, so that's a judgment. Bad is a judgment, right? So, for example, if someone does healing work and you receive the healing and you go, wow, this feels really great, I feel lighter, and then 5 minutes later you start having diarrhea. The immediate thought for most people would be like, there's something wrong, right? That's what most people think. There's something wrong. I have diarrhea. Wow, what did the healing do to me? But what if you could reperceive everything that happens as an avenue to what it is you do want? Now, I'm not saying if you're having vomiting diarrhea, you can't take anything down, you don't go to the hospital and get IVs or whatever you need to, of course, right? But I'm just talking about these symptoms that can happen even after healing work is done, that are uncomfortable. And instead of automatically thinking, I need to get rid of this right away, think, well, this could be a detoxification reaction. Okay, what do I need to do to take care of myself in this space? Do I feel like drinking more water? Do I feel like lying down so I can just process? Do I help help myself by asking my angelic team, my source team, to help ease these symptoms as I heal? So instead of automatically assuming it's bad and wanting it fixed, can we all take a pause and go, I'm going to reperceive this as different. I'm going to reperceive this as serving me in some way, shape, or form. This more than likely is a detoxification or healing reaction. So what am I called to do right now to take care of myself? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be more comfortable, for sure. But if your immediate knee-jerk reaction has to be fixed, this has to be fixed, this has to go, this is bad, right? That's the part that I want you to consider to rewire. So we're going to do a TOLPAKAN healing methodology right now, this activation, which may help you get into that space where you're able to reperceive life and events and discomfort as serving you in whatever way, shape, or form is for the highest and greatest good, and also giving you that level of discernment, which of course needs to be practiced, so that you stay in alignment with your inner wisdom and intuition. So if you would like to receive, and it's safe for you to do so, you can close your eyes right now. Go ahead and tune into your body. Feel any energy moving in your body. If you don't feel it, that's okay too. We're just kind of going into a stillness space, which I call stillness through observing internal movement. So as I'm talking, I'm also feeling it in my body, just energy kind of just running in my body. And I'm going to speak a TOLPAKAN Healing directive, and that will highlight and pinpoint the energies and frequencies that are necessary for the healing that we want to do in this space. You go ahead, and while I'm talking and speaking the directive, go ahead and just make a note in your body what that feels like. And I'd love for you to comment in the comments below afterwards. Are you ready? Okay, so if you can't close your eyes because it's not safe for you, that's completely okay too. Here we go. I now command that anything preventing you from amplifying your ability to perceive your reality in a way that helps you manifest the best possible outcome be healed and resolved in the highest and best way. Go ahead, delete, dissolve, and uncreate all patterns, whether they be subconscious or others, habits, inherited issues, inherited habits that prevent you from focusing on what it is you do consciously want and also resonating the frequency and energy in that space. We ask this to be done in the highest and greatest good, all directions of time, with ease, speed, and grace, and all timelines where you exist, where allowed. I now command that you be available and open to all instances of life happening, including discomfort in the body, as opportunities to redirect your attention in the direction of manifesting your ideal future reality and be able to let go of old thoughts and habits and patterns that lead you to believe that something is wrong and that it's a problem. So that now all problems become opportunities and possibilities. All obstacles become all opportunities and possibilities. We now command this healing be integrated and grounded with ease, speed, and grace in the highest and best way. For this all and all other blessings, we give our thanks and gratitude. So be it. And so it is. So you can go ahead and open your eyes and just notice how that feels in the body. And please type in the comments what that feels like. And if you liked this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do have some announcements for this week. Number one is on Light Warrior Radio on Monday, the 27th of September, 2021, at 12 noon Eastern. I'll be having the pleasure of interviewing Christian de la Hoyta and his new book. We're going to be talking about Awakening the Soul of Power, how to live heroically and set yourself free. This is a perfect time for this book. So if you are wondering what you can do or read or get support around feeling that empowerment, especially at these difficult times, this is the book to check out. So we'll be speaking to Christian about his book on Monday at 12 noon, so you can join us. I'll put the link near this video. Second announcement is that the Ascension 3 jewelry store will be opening for the 1 week out of each month, starting next Monday, the 27th of September. If you're not already on that specific jewelry email list, ascension3.net, we usually email them first before we email the rest of my subscribers related to the Ascension 3. We did have a little customs glitch this time around. The Ascension 3 orgonite pyramids were so popular that I decided to really invest a lot more of them, and that meant it got stopped at the border, and probably are hopefully arriving today. Energy tools to be infused as of this recording. So I do not know whether they will be available for purchase for next week. We will see. You know, they're beautiful, and the gal Ashley that makes them, I mean, she's very, very attentive, and she was quite upset that it took so long, but you know, live and learn, right? We didn't understand how the whole customs things worked, and thanks to my team and general manager of the Ascension 3 store, Taylor, they figured it out, and so I believe they're on their way to get the infusion, and if we can manage that this month, we will, and if not, then they will be available for the next month. We do have some limited, if that does not happen this month, we do have some pyramids, our most popular ones from another vendor that did come on time. But they are, there's only so many that we have at any one time. And lucky for me, I had in this case, intuitive hit not to buy as many, and we didn't have to worry too much about it getting stuck at the border. So ascension3.net is where you want to put in your name and email address just to get alerted to when we open, and I'll put the Ascension 3 mini course, the 21-day challenge, as a playlist near this video as well. It's been very, very popular. How to use your Ascension 3 jewelry at a very high, high level. We do have new things coming in. Some will be available this month. Some will be available next month. For example, chakra stone bracelets are going to be available. We'll also have some earrings, new earrings available because we haven't had earrings for a while. I've been testing a lot of things this month, and it just takes a little bit of time between the testing, my okay, and then ordering, and then infusing, and then mailing to the fulfillment, so on and so forth. So thank you for your patience on that. We do have some beautiful double mermaid stranded bracelets, a white and a black, that are going to be available for sure. We have them in two sizes, one for bigger wrists and one for smaller wrists like mine. Very, very beautiful. So I really hope you enjoy those. So other announcements, I actually created a playlist on my YouTube channel called Dr. Karen's Interviews. So this is when someone else interviews me, and people have asked for kind of a one-stop shop, like where can I find those videos? So we decided to start building them. Now, not all interviews are on YouTube, but the ones that are on YouTube, we'll put in a playlist there for you. And you'll see that in a link near this video as well, so you can check that out. Some people didn't know that the Sensitivities Your Superpower book is now an ebook format, a PDF format. In case people do not want to purchase from Amazon or other book vendors, you can get it as a downloadable PDF, and you can go to sensitivitiesyoursuperpower.com and put that in your URL, and you'll also get the $1,000 worth of bonuses as well, even if you don't buy it from Amazon or another vendor. Last but not least, wanted to let you know that we did send out an email earlier last week around whether or not you want the Spiritual Medicine Digest and the Light Warrior Radio announcement with the details of our, who we are interviewing in two separate emails versus one. So we have had over 300 people do that, that little survey. I think it's 1 or 2 questions. So if you have not put in your vote and you have an opinion whether or not you'd prefer one email a week with both announcements in there, or just 2 separate ones like we're doing right now, Saturday and Sunday, please click the link near this video. Again, obviously don't click the link if you're not a subscriber already, but if you are a subscriber to my mailing list, please click the link and vote, and let us know what you prefer, and we will see what the majority prefers. And if that's 1 newsletter a week, we will cut down to 1 newsletter a week with the various pertinent things that we like to share with you every week in that 1 newsletter. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'd love to hear your comments on how that felt after the TOLPAKAN Healing Directive and this activation for today. If you really like it, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.